everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm going to show you how I made this cute Valentine today. Our base is the thick Whisper White, and it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And then we have a piece of the Grapefruit Grove, and that is cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So to start with, I'm going to put this through the Big Shot with the subtle embossing folder, and it's one of the dynamic embossing folders so that you only need one plastic pad with it. So let me get that out and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, we've got the Big Shot, and we've got the Big Shot platform, and then I've got one of the plastic cutting pads, and I mark them with an E, so I know that I'm only using them as an embossing folder so they last longer. Oops, I bent that a little, but let's see, that should come out okay in the folder. So we're just going to place the Grapefruit Grove in the embossing folder, and because it's one of the dynamic ones, they're thicker and you only need a piece of plastic on the top. You don't need a piece of plastic on the bottom as well. So we're going to just roll that through. This is a really great embossing folder when you don't want a heavy background but it looks a little plain if you don't have anything. It's subtle, which is what it's called, but I hope you can see it on the camera, how it's just got little lines going through it. Alright, so we'll put that aside. The next part we're going to work on are these hearts. Now, with these hearts, we're using the Be Mine Stitched Framelit set, and we're going to use, you can see these are all the framelits that come in the kit. It's a little messy because I've used it quite a bit. And then these hearts right here, we're going to use the biggest one. These actually cut out a border and it cuts out the inside. So that's how I achieved the two-toned look with the foil sheets. Now these foil sheets, let me get some from here. These are part of the Sale-a-bration catalog, and you can earn them free with a $50 catalog purchase. This is the lovely lipstick, and this is Grapefruit Grove. I don't know how it's coming in the camera, very shiny. They are gorgeous in person. Like, I almost didn't get them when I saw them in the catalog, and I the last minute added it to my order, and I'm very, very glad I did. So we're gonna do it in Grapefruit Grove and Lovely Lipstick, and I've already cut it out in the Lovely Lipstick, so you can see you get two pieces, the centerpiece and the border. And then I'm going to show you how I did it in the Grapefruit Grove. Okay, so you can use on the border fine tip glue to go around, but I found it's a little bit easier if I use the Sizzix multi-purpose adhesive sheets, I think they're called. They're in the annual catalog. So we're just going to peel the back off if I can get it started. Try another angle. This is the biggest. There we go. All right. That's the biggest obstacle to using those. So we're going to put it on the back, and then you're going to cut on this side with the framelit. So to do that, we need the Big Shot again. I'm just going to put this over here. So we're going to use the Big Shot again, and this time we're using the magnetic platform, and then I have two plastic sheets. One goes underneath and one goes on top. So we're just going to put that in the center, put this on top, and then send it through. Sorry for the shaking. It's impossible not to get the shaking with the Big Shot use on my table. It's a little bit tight quarters. Alrighty. Put that there. So then you can see it easily pops out, and we have two pieces. So So you have the border and you have the inner piece. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use the border from the lovely lipstick foil and the inside of the Grapefruit Grove. And we're going to put it right here on the Grapefruit Grove background. And I like to put the border on first. You could do it whichever way you want, but for me it just makes it a little bit easier to... And again, separating them is the hardest part of this process. All right, there we go. Wasn't too bad. So we're just going to center that on right there, and you just press and it's already stuck for you. Now you really don't need it on the bigger piece, but it's already here, so why don't we use it? You could always just snail the bigger piece. And then we're going to just press that in like so. All right, so our next step is this ribbon that goes around, and this is Flirty Flamingo, and it's part of a set. You can also get the lovely, you do also get the lovely lipstick stitched ribbon in a pack together with those. So to get the effect of going around, what I do is I just snail a piece of adhesive in the back and just press that in, and then I just start wrapping it around. And we'll go around 3 times. And you don't want to pull too tight because it will, as you just saw, it'll make the card curl up, and you don't want that. So then when you get to the end, we're just going to snip off up to the end, snail another piece of adhesive here, and then press that down. There you go. So you can see the crisscross is over there, and I want it over here, but that, as soon as you tie the bow, that'll move. So I cut out about 12 inches, maybe 13, to tie my bow. It's definitely more than you need, but I like to have a little extra with my bows, especially with tiny bows. For some reason, my fingers always feel like they're too big. So see, the crisscross just moves to where you pull. And then we're going to tie a tiny bow here. Whoops, let's see if I can get it the first time. There we go. And then I just play with it a little bit until I get it to look the way I want it to look. Let's see. It's a little twisted, but that's all right. Pull it close. Fluff this out a little more. If I can get my finger in there, there we go. All right, I like that. So then I'm just going to trim the ends off here, making sure I don't trim my bow. And there's your little bow. And then the last step we need, well, before we adhere this to the card, is our Sent with Love. And that is from the Itty Bitty Greetings. And it's actually a 2 packaged, it's hard to fit them in the camera, but they have all great little greetings. And I've used this Sent with Love quite a bit this season. So I have a piece of scrap white right here. And I'm just going to open up the lovely lipstick ink pad. And let's see, just get it in the middle here. Perfect. And I need to close that up because I am known to drop projects right in my open ink pads. I'm just going to fussy cut this. I'm not a big fussy cutter, but when it's a straight line, sometimes I can get the job done without a framelit. All right, just trim up the bottom so it looks a little more even. And then I'm just going to flag the end of it with my paper snips. It's a little long still. Let's see. Go in. I always make the little cut to go up, and then it never seems to work out exactly right anyways. All right, good, good. So I'm just gonna practice placing it how I want it. Maybe this one, this bow is a little different. I think I'm gonna come down this way on this one. So we're just gonna put a little snail on the back of that, and then adhere it right into the bow. You know what? I am going to use a glue dot to keep that bow where I want it to be kept, because otherwise you're not going to be able to see this sentiment. So I'm just going to take a glue dot and then stick it under here so the bow stays up just a little bit. Perfect. All right, now that is coming undone here, but that's okay. We'll just press it again, and now we're going to put it on the Whisper White anyways. So what I always do is I put a little more adhesive in those spots that's holding down the ribbon, because you don't want it to become undone once you get it on the card. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to put it on our base here. There we go. And we're all set. So the other thing I did is I took the reversal of the colors and did the lovely lipstick with the Grapefruit Grove and added some Flirty Flamingo just to give it another look and to use up my other materials, so you can use both the border and the inside on 2 different cards. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. My links will be left down below, and if you're not already working with the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love a chance to work with you. Thank you so much.